What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you from the coop. Hump day. Today is going to be, I think we're at part 4. Recommendations for new pipe smokers. Today I'm going to show you different types of tobacco, not different blends, even though they are. We're not going over the blends, we're going over the types of tobacco. For example, you've got flake, plug, shag, cube, rope, broken flake. I'm gonna go over what I have and show you how I use it, how I smoke it, how I pack my bowl. Maybe it'll be helpful for you, maybe not. If you got 15 minutes to stick around, here we go. Let's start off with flake, since that's my favorite type of tobacco. And at the moment, this just happens to be my favorite tobacco, and this is HH Old Dark Fired. It comes in like 3/4 inch by 4 inch strips. This is out of the pound package, so the strips are a lot bigger than what they normally are. And the small tins are about that big. Then you have a coin style flake. This is I forget what it is. I think it's Davidoff. Yeah, Davidoff flake. And then you have the twist flakes. A couple ways you can use this. Some people like to fold in stuff. I do not. I like to rub it out. Some people will take it and to fold in stuff, they will actually like fold it and then stuff it in their pipe. Personally, I like rubbing it out. That releases all the essential oils in it to help it burn and give you the flavor that you're supposed to taste out of the tobacco. Just my thoughts, my process, the way I smoke it. You can fold and stuff. You can do it any way you want to do it. Not a wrong way. It's just a better way. Whatever works best for you. So if you like to rub it out and that works best, that's good. If it works good for you to fold and stuff, that's good too. That's just, you know, different ways of doing it with that type of tobacco. Next up, we have what's considered plug. I have 2 different types of plug here. One is a leafy type plug. So very loose. You can see how it goes, like an accordion. It's a very loose style plug. And you can see the big pieces of tobacco in it. Actually got a big old chunk of stem right there in it. It makes you want to just peel it off and break it up. No. You want to make sure you slice through it and get all of the components that's inside of it. This one has Virginia's, Burley, Latakia, Orientals. So just taking the top layer off, you're not getting everything. So you want to take a knife and slice all the way through to turn it into a flake. Then you want to treat it however you want to. Rub it out, fold it, stuff it, whatever you want to do. Here's another plug that is a really dense plug. It doesn't come apart like accordion style, but you can see the big leaf of tobacco in it as well. So you take a knife or a cleaver, in my case I use this, and you cut through and you get a flake. I cut my flakes a little thicker than a regular flake. This is about an 1/8 inch. It's easier to cut a bigger flake, not too big, but about an 1/8 inch or less is what you want to cut. And then again, I take it, rub it out, and treat it just like the other flake. You can fold and stuff this. This flake will give you probably 2 bowls It doesn't look like a lot, but once you start breaking it up, rubbing it out, it turns into a lot of tobacco. So that's the way I treat plugs. I do the same thing. Like I say, rub it out and be done with it. Shag cut. There's 3 tobaccos I name right offhand that's a shag cut, and one of them is this one, Gowith and Hogarth, Kendall, Kentucky. And you'll see the shag cut is really, really fine cut. It's almost like the tobacco in a cigarette. If you broke open a cigarette, you would see this as like a shag cut like that. I treat this the same way. I like to take it and break it up. I'll take a piece about that size, a handful size, and then I'll just start breaking it up and tearing it into smaller pieces. That seems to work best for me. A lot of people would just take it the way it is and pack the pipe and smoke it. Only thing about shag cut is it burns quick. So be aware of tongue bite depending on what kind you get. If you smoke it too fast, like it tends to want to smoke too fast, you can get tongue bite pretty easily from it. So with this, I recommend smoking it a little slower. Not sip it, but smoke it. Not like a man, but smoke it. I pack it tight, tighter. If you pack it too tight, the best thing about a pipe, if you pack it too tight and you can't get a draw through it, just dump it out and repack it. It's not like you ruined anything. You haven't hurt anything. Just dump it out, repack it till it's got the right resistance, light it up and enjoy. It will smoke quicker because it being a shag cut. You probably only have to light it once and then bam, 15 minutes you're done with a 45-minute bowl. That's just the way it works. Next up is rope cut, my favorite. And as y'all know, I did a video on rope cut tobacco a while back, but with the rope cut, I like to take it and I like to use cigar scissors and I just cut it into little coins. That's a good looking piece of tobacco right there. Almost like charming a snake, putting it back into the jug. Same thing. I take it, break it apart over my valet or a paper plate, and when I break it up, I just let it aerate while I'm breaking it up, and that's the only dry time it gets. And then, like the flake, I'll smoke it a little moist, so that way I get all the essential oils that come out of it. And speaking of the coin cut, this is actually what I'm smoking again today, is already a coin cut tobacco, which is Peter Heinrich Special Curly. It has some shag in it from where it's fallen apart, but it is beautiful little coins. With this type of coins, they're a little drier than what the rope is, because once they've been cut, they're easier to dry than they are in a long rope. They stay moist longer. So what I do with the coin cut tobacco, with like this bowl, they fit perfect in the bowl. I'll take 3 or 4 of them. This is a deep bowl, so this has got a lot in it. I'll take 3 or 4, maybe 5 of them, break it up into shag cut, put it in, and pack it in the bottom of the bowl. Then take like 4 or 5 or 6 or so of the coins and drop them in on top of each other and stack them. And then with the leftover area in the pipe, I break up another 4 or 5 coins into a shag ribbon type cut, put it in, pack it, and light it. That way I smoke the shag into the coins, and then it smokes a little slower as I get there, and then at the bottom I finish it off very delicious. I knew when I opened this tin I was going to be smoking it. I opened it yesterday and now I've done smoked 2 bowls out of it. And between the humidity in the air and the amount that I've already smoked from this is about gone. That's why it's hard to get lit. My little squirrel's up here and I don't have no peanuts. So, where are we at? Cube cut. Cube cut tobacco. A lot of people use it mainly for blending. This is chocolate nuttiness, and it's not an aromatic. This is cube cut burley. All my trays are full, so I have to use my hand. As you can see, it's a cube cut, little bitty cubes. They're like 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch cubes, and they will break up and into little bitty ribbon, but they'll smoke just like that. I have smoked a couple bowls of this just the way it is, just burley. But you can use it for blending. I blended up I forget what components I had now, but I used 3 equal parts. One of them being burley, one of them was Rainier Golden Slice Blend 71, and I forget what the other one was, but I used 3 equal parts, mixed it all up, put it in my press, pressed it for a week, and it turned out to be pretty good smoke. I enjoyed that. I forget what the other was, but it turned out to be pretty good. If you want to blend your own, you can buy blending components to do that. I bought this just to smoke in a corn cob and to use it to break in corn cobs, but I find that Five Brothers burley breaks in a corn cob better than this cube cut. So next up we have Ready Rub. Ready Rub is like a broken flake, so we'll consider them both the same thing. Broken flake, Ready Rub. This is the first tobacco I showed you was the long ribbon, the HH Dark Fired. This is what it looks like broken up. This is the way, when I break up a flake, this is the way I smoke it. But when I get this, I'll break this up more because I want to release those essential oils that is in this blend, that is also in that blend, that when I release that into this size, it smokes longer, stays lit, and all. This will smoke faster if you rub it out more, which I like to rub it out more because you get the more flavor out of it. Right now the flavor is there, but if you rub it out, you get a little bit more flavor. That's my opinion. And the Ready Rub is the same thing as a broken flake. This was a flake at one time, and now it is broken up into rather thick ribbon cut. It's a broken flake type deal. And last but not least, the good old ribbon cut. This is the typical standard tobacco that 75% of tobacco is ribbon cut. But people are going more and more with flake and even crumble cake. I didn't bring out any crumble cake because the crumble cake is a mixture of like the first flake I showed you, that's the full leaf, except it's like more of a thicker cube, well, a thicker ribbon, not a cube cut. And it's the same thing, it's like 3 to 8 1/2 inch thick, whatever. Different places vary in thickness. They just break off a piece of the whole flake. It could be a square like this. You break off a piece about that size, and then you just take it and crumble it up. So that's why it's called a crumble cake. You crumble it up, pack your bowl, and off you go. So I think I covered everything here. I told you what I was smoking. Actually, I'm smoking a Rattray's Devil Cut, which is a barrel-shaped poker reverse calabash. Little bitty, well, fat, but little saddle bit. And in it, I am smoking Peter Heinrich Special Curly, like I told you how I packed it with the coins. And I believe that concludes this edition of recommendations for new pipe smokers. And it could be for old pipe smokers as well. If you stuck around this long, you've had some interest in whatever was going on in this video. So I appreciate it if you've stuck around this long. I appreciate each and every one of my old and new subscribers. And that's all I got for today. I hope you had a good rest of your day. And until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and puff them.